as the sun sets and the night falls and them hoes call.
It's Tuesday, November 6th. Welcome back to FOXY Games UK. I'm Fox, your source of regular, reliable gaming news and rumour. So Microsoft's upcoming XO18 event has potentially leaked, leaving more questions than answers, though one particular pressing question stands out. Can Xbox dominate the next generation? Now, there's a healthy mixture of reports coming in via Xbox Hub, Gear Nuke and WCCFtech.com, and I need to make it clear to all, this is not an Xbox trashing exercise. So with that being said, here's the full story. So we all know that Microsoft started this generation poorly, to say the least, producing one of the worst press conferences in the history of video games when the Redmond firm initially revealed Xbox One to the public back in 2013, and Microsoft's failure to convince the industry and the consumer that their vision surrounding TV and media using Xbox as a main entertainment hub in the home couldn't prevent Brand X from lagging behind its main competitor, Sony's PlayStation 4, for at least a consistent 5 years and then some. Meanwhile, PlayStation 4 became one of the greatest selling consoles in history, while Xbox fought towards repairing the brand, supplying solid, if not exceptional, sales for Microsoft. There is so much fascination to be found within the games industry, specifically the decisions made by Microsoft, Sony and Nintendo, who are all main competitors in the home gaming console market. They are particularly interesting to study and observe because of the different avenues that they take with their hardware and different strategies behind their marketing campaigns. Now, with such a big move in organizational culture and ethics within the Xbox and Microsoft teams moving forward, one has to wonder whether head of Xbox Phil Spencer and his team are building or have perhaps built the foundation of what will be an extraordinary lineup of software and hardware for the Xbox brand in the coming generation and next few years. There have been many signs that point to a wonderfully prosperous, consumer-friendly and developer-friendly future within the Xbox ecosystem, and you can see this with the change in direction since Phil Spencer has taken over as head of Xbox, now updating the Xbox One with many monthly hardware and UI updates to slowly improve the dashboard maneuverability, releasing what is, for the lack of a better word, a patch which allows backwards compatibility, not with just Xbox 360 games, but original Xbox games too. It's an incredible feat that allows the consumer to buy, play and complete an original Xbox copy of, say, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on the Xbox One. Now, more recently, Xbox released a system update which allowed users to sync Amazon's Alexa voice command functionality to the console. Having released the One X and One S, Xbox hardware design, at least aesthetically, has never been better. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of questions being asked about this, and has Microsoft really improved the hardware internally as well as externally? And that question still remains. And finally, removing the gigantic and ridiculous power brick alongside releasing the smaller Xbox consoles, the smallest we've actually ever seen, not mentioning the fact that the Xbox One X is currently the most powerful console in the world, providing better optics for Microsoft. Now, Brand X has been rather busy too, acquiring multiple and proven studios to produce exclusive titles for the Xbox platform across console and PC for the foreseeable future. Now, in what could be seen as perhaps the most powerful business move of E3 this year, when Phil Spencer highlighted the acquisitions that Microsoft had recently made, acquiring the likes of the Undead Labs State of Decay team, playgrounds of Forza Horizon, Ninja Theory, who really developed Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice and Compulsion games, We Happy Few. This move illustrates how the ideology driving the Xbox brand into the future of the gaming world is also driving the business decisions Microsoft is making to support its multi-billion-dollar home console. Furthermore, creating a brand new studio, The Initiative, with the mission statement of developing a AAA or quadruple A franchise, suggests that the only way that the Xbox platform's missing exclusive situation doesn't improve in the next few years is if Microsoft are extremely unlucky. And with the recent but unsurprising news of Xbox hosting its very own press conference event called XO18, riding alongside the Xbox Fan Fest in Mexico City, it's all but confirmed that the Xbox is finally going to show some promising future developments coming down the pipeline for its platform. Now, a mirror to Sony's PlayStation experience, which incidentally isn't being hosted this year. This is a move from really Xbox many fans have been waiting years for, really for the Redmond firm to make a move, and with Sony's annual PlayStation experience skipping 2018, one would be forgiven for thinking this is the prime opportunity for Xbox to seize that moment, re-establish and reaffirm itself as the platform holder to watch next generation. and Microsoft has enough clout to communicate the message that Xbox is more than capable of dominating next generation. That being said, there is definitely a gap of understanding and or strategy when it comes to Xbox not being able to produce not just a vast quantity of exclusive titles to their platform, but unleashing their studio's artistic talent and expression to produce games of the highest quality. Games like God of War and Marvel's Spider-Man, games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Detroit Become Human, games which almost reach a quadruple A level of quality in terms of establishing a long-term lucrative and critically promising franchise. Sony clearly have techniques and all the financial capability to produce games which simply blow us all away. As for Microsoft, well, they'll need to create a different, better method of providing space for their first-party studios to truly create excellent experiences. And if Brand X fails to deliver on this front, no amount of quantifiable, arbitrary specification and numbers for their next-gen hardware and doling out free software updates will not drive the Xbox brand to the future and next level it needs to be on. Now, on paper, Sony's PS4 Pro is significantly weaker than the Xbox One X, though on screen and without, bless them, Digital Foundry, one would be hard-pressed to notice. So, on the 10th of November, just next week, Microsoft will host XO18. Xbox fans are eager to learn about the unannounced open-world action role-playing games, really projects in development at the second Playground Game studio, primarily because these rumors point to a new Fable game in the works. With the Xbox 18 event due next week in Mexico City and Microsoft teasing surprises, some fans could be hoping to see a teaser trailer already. And it'll be a long time before Playground talks about the project in development at that second studio, because speaking with Full Throttle Media at the Forza Horizon 4 Goodwood celebration, Playground Games creative director Ralph Fulton said clearly that it will be a long time before the developers are able to talk about the project. And yeah, the second studio is growing, and it is, I think, reveling in the fact that no one knows exactly who they are and no one is looking at what they're doing. They're not really under the microscope because nothing has been revealed. They're just really bonding as a team. They're doing some great stuff already, but it'll be a long time before they can talk about what they're doing, and I think they'll be enjoying that ability at the moment. Now, it's understandable given that the project is still very early. Playground and Microsoft are probably targeting a release on the next generation Xbox in addition to Windows PC, which could launch in late 2020. If that's the case, a reveal could happen in late 2019 or even at E3 2020. Gavin Rayburn is leading the second team located in Leamington Spa, Warwickshire in the UK, and they're hiring aggressively. In late July, they announced to have really brought the project veterans from Rocksteady, EA Motive and Ninja Theory, Guerrilla Games and even BioWare, meaning the first time studio will continue supporting Forza Horizon 4, acclaimed by many gamers. It became the fastest selling game in the series and press alike. Now, with Forza Horizon 4, there's a sound argument to be made that Playground Games have honed their craft to near perfection. While there's little doubt that the core gameplay of Forza Horizon 4 hasn't fundamentally differed at all from the previous outing in Australia, the inclusion of seasons, the improvement of graphical fidelity and the sheer quality of content lets it surpass the previous Forza Horizon, and Forza Horizon 4 is performing well at retail and is arguably the best open world racing game you can play today. It sure does seem like Team Xbox is steadily lining up all its bases, making a real concerted effort to right the wrongs of Generation 8, which unfortunately, and if true, Microsoft have seemingly learned nothing from past events, because rumor has it Microsoft's Xbox XO18 event details have potentially leaked, along with every game announced and expected from it. Microsoft announced this event that is set to stream online starting from November 10 through to 11. It can be viewed from the official website, and as for what games will be announced there, well, we do have a leak from someone who has been known to be accurate in the past, and here's what kind of games will be shown at the event, which the leaker says are confirmed to make an appearance. Now, there are these confirmed lists of games and announcements for the event: The Division 2, Crackdown 3, Kingdom Hearts 3, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Game Pass surprises, whatever that is, Shadow of the Tomb Raider update, a State of Decay 2 update, a Sea of Thieves update, mouse and keyboard games, and some announcements that are not confirmed but fans are hopeful will make an appearance: Forza Horizon 4 update, an original Xbox backwards compatibility update, a Battletoads first look, one studio acquisition, one Ninja Theory project, and something Gears related, although we know Gears 5 will not be there, and of course something related to Sunset Overdrive. Now, the following are apparently confirmed by Microsoft to not be showing up. There'll be nothing from Playground Games' second project and nothing from Halo Infinite. Another time, another event perhaps, though PC gamers may be pleased to learn Sunset Overdrive was recently discovered via the Steam database, so an announcement around it could be happening soon. Microsoft doesn't own the Sunset IP, but they do have an exclusivity with the first game, and as usual with such rumors, take this one with a grain of salt. Now, the leaker does have a solid record, but it is always possible that plans can change at the last minute. And I've seen a lot of hype for game events and conferences over the years, and I've seen a lot of disappointments too. With that being said, I wouldn't really get too excited. I would seriously temper expectations regarding XO18. That way you don't get disappointed. Don't let the PR machine build you up just to let you down. I'm hoping the leak is incomplete and there are plenty of surprises for the Xbox faithful. This is the perfect time for Microsoft to really make a strong, bold statement of intent going forward into the next generation, and they're going to need it. Merely existing as the best place to play multiplats won't cut it for Xbox Next Gen. After all, the PC already occupies that space. No, what Microsoft will need is a steady cadence of industry-leading, groundbreaking, narratively engaging, bleeding-edge graphics, highly engaging narratives, and super high-caliber exclusive first-party software in order to really set itself apart from the competition. And sadly for Microsoft, the PlayStation brand already occupies that space. But what say you? As usual, a link to all content covered today can be found in the video's description when and where applicable. But while you're there, share your thoughts and opinions on today's news, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of another video. But let's continue the discussion. For more regular PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and next-gen news updates, subscribe to FOXY Games UK. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content. Thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. I could also do the encouragement as well. Now, if you really like what I do, consider supporting FOXY Games UK via Patreon, and or grab yourself a FOXY Games UK branded t-shirt or hoodie available in white, grey and military green. You'll find both Patreon and FOXY Games UK branded clothing links in the video's description. I appreciate all the support. And that concludes our time together today. It was really great hanging out, but until the next video, always remember, play games, not corporations.